Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Hunt for Harmony. I'm James Hunt.
I am Jaqua.
And we are
Not
pastors, ministers, counselors, therapists. We are
marriage coaches.
If you ever feel like you want to work out some things in your marriage to make your marriage a little bit better, you would contact us.
Yes.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
All right.
So just quickly before we begin, you can visit us at www.thehuntforharmony.com if you're interested in doing a consultation. We do offer a free consultation. Gives us an opportunity to meet you and you to meet us and hear kind of what you think might be going on. And we are more than honest with you, and we let you know if we think it's something that's within our scope and something that we can help you with. So.
Exactly. And then we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
All the new listeners, thank you for your time. Mm-hmm. New viewers, we thank you for your time. Mm-hmm. And we hope that we can share some things with you tonight that will help you get some things situated in your marriage, making your marriage the marriage you want.
Yes. You can create the marriage you want. No matter where you are, you can create the marriage you want.
Exactly.
Honest, true statement. You can create the marriage you want. Okay. Anyway, if you didn't catch up with us last week, we were talking about the power of please and thank you.
Yep.
So take a look at last week's video.
Please.
And thank you. Okay, and today we want to dibble a little bit into finances, and we kind of talked about finances along the way a bunch of times.
Well, what we've talked about in the past, though, and you should go back and watch that video, is you instead of separating your finances and doing things separately in the marriage, and it kind of complicates things, and people say, well, putting it all together complicates it. No, it simplifies things a lot.
Well, see, you say that like that because you believe that.
Okay, what?
Because, somebody else might say, oh, no, it does. It simplifies, or, just the opposite.
Okay.
But we do believe that it does simplify things. Just because,
try it.
Yeah. Because you really are on one accord. You're on the same team, and you're working toward the same goal, and you're doing things together. Yeah.
Supposedly, yeah.
So anyway, we wanted to talk a little more specifically today about financial freedom and getting out of debt, cleaning up credit, and doing things like that. Specifically, if for you find that money is the issue. So with everything that is going on in your marriage, the question today is money the issue?
Is money the issue? So let's talk about spending. That seems to be a big thing in a lot of marriages, because you have some people spending money and the spouse is saying, oh, you're spending too much, because they are very frugal.
Right.
And
it always seems to be that, because, opposites attract for one.
Right.
But it always seems to be, one who is a big spender and the other who is quite frugal.
Yeah, and the spouse is like, well, you don't spend enough.
Right. You need to spend some more money.
So there is some conflict, some bumping of heads there. But you need to just agree on how spending is going to take place. And you got to consider, your wife and how things that she likes to do, or your husband, things that he likes to do. And even if it's just to set aside a little money for that every week or every month, so that they can do that without disrupting finances for the rest of the household.
Right. And of course, somebody will say, if we had our own account, then that won't even be a problem because I have my own money.
But you have to learn to work together. That's part of a marriage. Yes, that's the reason you're together.
That's the real reason.
Yeah.
That is really the big part of it, that you have to do it together. And it may be easier, may not be easier to have separate accounts, but it forces you to be on the same team, working toward the same goals. So anyway, spending, yes. Have guidelines, rules.
Yep. All right.
And especially with big ticket items, it's good to have a price point so that you're not surprised by a purchase. You know,
Right.
you don't. I think it would be crazy if you came home and said, "Yeah, I bought a TV." Like what? Like how you just go buy a whole TV? And I don't even know. But you know, for some other people that may not be a thing. So know your price point.
Right.
Know what your guidelines are for spending.
Right.
And then delinquent debt and collections. Even if your spouse had delinquent debt and collections before you married, once you married, that became y'all's delinquent debt
True statement.
and collections. So I think we were in a good spot because we both were so young. I mean,
Yeah, we didn't
really have anything going
But
on.
I managed to get us into some debt. I was good at that. So, you know.
So we quickly collected some
So we
debt.
quickly
But, I
collected
mean, it
some
wasn't just you. Yours was just more than mine.
I guess. Yeah.
Yours is just more than mine. But anyway, if you don't know what you're doing, get some professional help.
Right.
A lot of times you think that, oh, okay, I'm just going to find this debt or whatever it is and just pay it off. And by all means, do that. But sometimes there's another way, there's a better way, possibly, to do it. You may be able to call and negotiate a lower price and things like that and pay it completely off. But the point is, don't ignore it, especially again, if money is the issue. If you find that you're getting upset because you can't go to the movie or you can't go on vacation or you can't go and
Take a long weekend somewhere.
take a long weekend because in the back of your mind you're thinking, well, you know, the credit card bill is due, we still haven't paid a car note,
The mortgage is due.
the mortgage is due, and all these other things. And so that brings up issues. But the issue is not necessarily because I'm mad at you or you're mad at me. It could be because we're just mad because we can't do anything because we are strapped.
Right. And you want to get yourself unstrapped. And the first step to that, I do believe, is getting rid of your delinquent debt and your collection. So you need to get a credit report and go through it and contact all the people who have your collections, negotiate them taking it off of your credit report. Because they'll make you pay and then they'll leave it on for another 5 years if you don't ask for it to be taken off.
Right.
And all of that stuff affects your credit scores. You know, I mean, just quickly, not to get too deep into our situation, but we were looking to buy a house and, you know, we went through the proper things, getting rid of, you know, debt and collections and any little bills that were just dragging our credit scores down, and our credit scores just shot up. Whoosh. So we were ready to purchase this house. And
Then we learned.
the lender said, "Oh, your credit score not high enough." What do you mean credit score not high enough? But that's when we learned that there are different sets of scores that they look at for mortgages.
Right. Or
For things in general, cars, yeah. But I never knew that. I was ignorant to that. And some people knew, but a lot of people still don't know that. I went and talked to a lady in a new home community, and she had no idea, and she was the realtor.
Well, and we talked to a mortgage lender, and I specifically asked, what are the scores, or which version of FICO are you looking at? And she had no idea what I was talking about. And then she said, I've never been asked that question before. And she checked, and she let us know it's 5, 4, and 2. And that's what I told her. I said, typically it's 5, 4, 2. And if you do a little research, which we did after the fact,
Right.
It's 5, 4, and 2 for a mortgage. And a lot of times it's the same for auto. The thing is, our FICO 8 scores, great.
Yeah.
But they can be drastically different from your 5, 4, 2. And when I say 5, 4, 2, they take the FICO 5 from, I think, Experian, the 4 from Equifax, and the 2 from
TransUnion or something
like that.
Yeah.
So they're not just looking at the FICO 8. And I won't even get into your Vantage score.
Oh, yeah, don't even.
Vantage score is now the big thing. You know, you can get it free with just about any credit card or a bank account, they let you see your Vantage score free every month. And the Vantage score doesn't mean anything. It's nothing. It's worthless.
If you guys are at a point where you have been frustrated about money, okay, unable to do some of the things you want to do, you know, purchase a car, purchase a house, a boat, go on vacation, you know, go to dinner more, get your finances in order.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Get them in order and do it together. Sit down.
Come up with a plan.
Come up with a plan with your spouse, and both of you stick to the plan, and you will be able to accomplish some things that you probably never thought you would accomplish, and it will give you a little bit more financial freedom and
some peace.
Peace. And that will make the household so much better because you have some peace.
Right, right. So work on that plan. And even if, like in most marriages, it's usually one person or the other who kind of handles the finances. It cannot be that one person who is doing it.
Right.
And the reason is, if the other person is unaware, then they're truly unaware. So if they think, okay, I just got paid, I'm going and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But you're thinking, okay, we just got paid. We're going to send a lump sum on this bill and we're going to take care of this bill altogether. So in your mind, there is no extra money because we're working this plan. And in the other person's mind, I got money to spend because, hey, I just got paid. So it's important to work on a plan, establish what you're going to do, and do it together. And it's the benefits are twofold. I was going to say trifold, but not really trifold. Twofold. Because you're setting a goal, you're working on it together. So it brings you closer together with your spouse. But then in the process, you're getting out of debt. You're freeing up your money, and you're putting yourself in the position to make some moves and to do some things.
And you're able to, after that, you're able to save more. Now, granted, it's going to take about 6-8 months of sacrifice, of not eating out all the time or going whatever, spending a bunch of money. It's going to take a little sacrifice.
Have to change your behavior.
But once you get through that, you will be able to do those things and more. All right?
And I'll say this, just like we've said so many times before, people rush into marriage without investing time, without spending time researching and doing things. Don't do it. Take the time. You're talking about 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, whatever, less than a year, maybe, you know, but invest the time and you will see the benefits right away.
And money will not be a stressor in your marriage.
Right. And you will notice that if money is one of the issues, you will notice that, things are better now. We're able to, you know, go out to eat sometimes or go to the movie.
And I'm able to buy my wife a gift without wondering, man, I didn't look at the bills. I don't know what's due. You know,
Right.
You don't have to do that, you know, so. All right.
So once again, get together, talk about it.
If you haven't noticed, a lot of what we talk about is being together.
You got to get together.
You got to do things together. That's what a marriage is. And if you can't get that concept down, you're going to continue to have, well, I'm not going to say have, but you're not going to have the best marriage.
Right.
You know?
It's not going to be what you really want it to be.
Right. It might be decent. It might be good.
It might be okay.
But it's not going to be the best it could be.
Right.
All
so
right.
Just go ahead and do it together. Get together. Come up with a plan. Work your plan and watch your benefits.
Well, that's all I have.
And I have no more.
Well, we appreciate everybody listening.
We do.
And again, new listeners, new viewers, we thank you. Please subscribe. Please share and like us. And we will see you next week, 7:30 here on The Hunt for Harmony.
Thank you so much for joining us again.
Hey, y'all have a good night.
Bye-bye.
See ya.